So you grab a diet soda, right? You're thinking, hey, I'm making the smart choice here. Zero sugar, zero calories. What's not to love? It feels totally guilt-free. But what if that little daily ritual, that choice that seems so harmless, is actually a trap for one of your body's most critical systems? Well, we're about to pull back the curtain on that. Think about it. Millions of us made the switch. We all know sugar is a problem, so we traded it for something we were told was better. But here's the real question. Did we just swap one problem for another one, a sneakier one? The evidence is piling up, and it's pretty clear. The answer is yes. And the worst part? The damage is happening totally behind the scenes. And this is exactly why it's so incredibly dangerous. You can lose up to 60%. Let that sink in. 60% of your kidney function before you feel a single symptom. No pain, no warning signs, nothing. It's just a quiet, steady destruction happening inside you one sip at a time. Okay, to really get what's going on, you have to meet the victims in this story. Deep inside each of your kidneys, you've got about 1 million of these tiny, delicate little filters. They're called nephrons. They are the unsung heroes here, and unfortunately, they're the ones taking all the fire. I mean, just stop and think about your kidneys for a second. These two little organs, about the size of your fist, they never clock out. They are on the job for you right this very moment, cleaning your blood, kicking out waste, balancing your body's chemistry, 24/7. They are absolutely non-negotiable for your survival. And the amount of work they do, it's just staggering. Every single day, your kidneys filter around 50 gallons of blood. That is a massive job. They're built tough, for sure, but they are not invincible. And it turns out there's a kind of Trojan horse hiding in so many of our fridges, and it's putting them right in the danger zone. So yeah, let's talk about that Trojan horse. It's diet soda. It's been marketed to us for decades as the smart, healthy alternative to sugary drinks. It's the choice millions of us made to dodge all that sugar. But what exactly did we start putting into our bodies instead? You know, we've all been trained to see sugar as the bad guy. And look, it definitely can be. But in our mad dash to avoid it, we've welcomed in this whole new class of synthetic, lab-made chemicals that our bodies have no idea what to do with. They just don't recognize them as food. And that creates a whole different and, honestly, a more sinister kind of threat. And when we look at the ingredients list, there are 3 main offenders that show up again and again: aspartame, sucralose, and acesulfame K. These aren't just sweet little sugar replacements. They are complex chemical compounds that kick off a pretty nasty chain reaction the moment they get inside your system. So, let's zoom all the way in. Let's get down to the microscopic level. What actually happens when these chemicals come face to face with those delicate kidney filters? Well, it's not a friendly meeting. It's pretty much a full-on chemical assault that wears down your kidney tissue with every single can you drink. Let's just take aspartame, for example. When you drink it, your body breaks it down into something called methanol. Now, this is where it gets really bad, because that methanol then gets converted into 2 seriously toxic compounds, formaldehyde and formic acid.
And just so we're crystal clear on this, the source material puts it pretty bluntly. Yes, the same formaldehyde used to preserve biological specimens and dead bodies. That is literally what your own body creates as a direct result of metabolizing the sweetener in your so-called healthy diet drink. It's pretty horrifying when you think about it.
And it is not just aspartame. Sucralose messes directly with the kidney's filtering tubes. And acesulfame K, your body doesn't even get rid of it all. It actually builds up inside the kidney tissue, causing something called oxidative stress, which is kind of like rust, but for your cells. The bottom line is all 3 of these are straight up toxic to your kidney cells.
And here's the real kicker. This isn't temporary damage. This constant chemical attack causes progressive scarring on those tiny filtering structures. And once one of those filters gets scarred over, it's out of the game. Permanently. Your body cannot make new ones. This is irreversible.
Okay, so we've seen the chemistry, we know how it happens, but what does this actually look like in the real world? What do the big studies, the ones that follow thousands of people for years, tell us? Well, the data is in, and it's pretty shocking. It confirms our worst fears about that zero-calorie promise.
So check this out. The research shows that people who regularly drink diet soda experience a 30% faster decline in their kidney function compared to people who drink regular sugary soda. Let me say that again. The healthy choice is actually making your kidneys fail faster.
All right, I know that was alarming, but here's the good news. The amazing thing about your body, and especially your kidneys, is how resilient they are if you give them a fighting chance. So let's pivot. Let's talk about the solution.
Here is a super simple, straightforward plan to stop the damage and help your body do what it does best: heal.
Step 1 is the most important and the most direct. You have to stop poisoning your kidneys, period. If you look at the can and it says aspartame, sucralose, or acesulfame K, it's gotta go. It really is that simple. You have to remove the chemical assault. That is the #1 most important thing you can possibly do.
So what do you replace it with? It's time to go back to basics. The absolute best thing for your kidneys is plain old water. If you find that boring, hey, add a squeeze of fresh lemon or lime. Another amazing option is herbal tea, and one in particular really stands out: hibiscus tea.
So, why hibiscus tea? Well, it's pretty cool. Studies have shown that it can naturally help lower blood pressure. And since high blood pressure is one of the biggest long-term threats to kidney health, anything you can do to ease up that constant strain is a massive win for those little nephron filters.
And look, I get it. Breaking a habit, especially a soda habit, is tough. That intense artificial sweetness is addictive. But here's the thing, your taste buds are adaptable. They will adjust, and it usually only takes a week or two. That little bit of discomfort is such a tiny price to pay for the lifelong health of organs you literally cannot live without.
So I'll just leave you with this one final thought to chew on. Every single day, your kidneys work tirelessly to filter 50 gallons of your blood just to keep you alive and healthy. So the question is, what are you choosing to filter them with?